Hey everybody, it's Aquila and this is a Lefty Knitter podcast, episode 85. Today is October, Monday the 5th, 2020. You can find me at all the links down below, and I upload a podcast almost every week with some exceptions. So my formatting is I record clips all during the week and then I put them all together and post on Saturdays. So I saw an influx of users, and I don't know if somebody talked about my podcast or what. I mean, I know I see people talk about my podcast sometimes, so like some of the people that I have a lot of interactions with, other podcasters, and I just want to say thank you for coming and joining and subscribing to my channel. I am almost at 500. That's really exciting. 500 subscribers. I've been doing this almost 3 years. Yeah, 3 years. So I just want to say welcome to any new viewers to my channel, and of course a welcome back to all my older viewers, the people that have been with me for a while. I just want to say thank you. I got some energy. I always do in the first video. I don't know what it is. Like the first clip, I'm like, yeah! And then my cat ruins everything. Sorry, bud. All right. I'm here by myself, but yet the interruptions still happen. I say interruptions almost every podcast. Just saying. We have been doing a lot of housework. We are prepping our house to be ready to put on the market because we want to move. So, yeah. I'm tired. My body aches. We've painted. My hands probably still smell like bleach a little bit because we were bleaching all the foundation work and then we had to paint it all. So that's been fun. The outside is almost done, which means we really just need somebody to come in and fix that floor register area that they just put plywood over top of and carpet. We took the carpet up because we were like, ooh, I bet it's hardwood. And it was, until we got to the other side of the room and it was the big floor heat register, if you know what I'm talking about. And what they did? Plywood and carpeted it. So we've been living with just a piece of plywood on the edge of our room, but we now have to get somebody to come in and fix it. We've watched some YouTube videos on how to do it, and it seems simple enough, but we just don't have all the right tools. And yeah, I'd rather just have somebody do it. Is that terrible? I've done everything else. I am proud of myself. I put new screens in all of our windows. So you can find me down below on both of those accounts. I have a personal account, which is where I post like all the house stuff. And then the Lefty Knitter podcast, where is most of the yarn stuff. Yeah. Oh, I didn't get my sock blockers or the socks. Hold on. Okay. So I have a Erlbacher Speedster circular sock machine. And I show stuff that I make on both that and I have an Addi king size. I think it's important to just show everything I make. I love it. So I showed you guys these in the last episode, and I wasn't sure if I was going to make them for myself or my mom. My mom's getting them. They smell really good. I was using Tuft Woolens. I love Tuft Woolens. They're hand balm thingies. I recently was at my mother-in-law's house and I was letting her smell them and she was like, got right on the website and ordered some. So this is the one I have. It's a hand balm. Night Sky. I love it. I have one in all of my current knitting bags, which is not many, because another thing, I do not have lots of projects at one time, so I apologize that I don't always have a lot of things to show. Shouldn't apologize for that. So they now have heels. I cut them in for my mom. Let me put them on the blockers so you can get a real view. These are medium blockers. My mom is probably a large, so the toe is going to look extra pretty and long. So let me hold both up at one time. I should have been ready. Typical fashion, not prepared. I live in Baltimore. Did I say that? With my husband. One child at home, one child not at home. She owns her own house. But we had breakfast with her the other day. We had a vegan breakfast. She's vegan. And it was very tasty. Egg in a bottle that looks like a mustard bottle. It was very good and looks just like scrambled eggs. It was quite amazing. I know I have a few people that follow me that are vegan. So if you have any really good recipes that I can try to like push onto her, that would be great. Not push. I shouldn't say that. She's just picky sometimes about certain things. All right, onto the socks. Sorry, this was the red heart, heart and soul with aloe. Do-do-do. Look, I do that and then I don't know how to hold them. I cranked a tube. I only had one ball of this. And what I did was I put my 2 cuffs on first. I cut it in half. I added the 2 toes. And then I decided who they were going to be for. The yarn here and here is yarn from Knit Picks, I believe. When I made John, my husband, a yellow submarine hat. I will see if I can remember and put a picture here of it. It was color work. It was one of the earlier color works I did. So yeah. So that was yarn from that. And I thought it didn't look too terrible with it. So these are going to be a little bit of a shorter sock for my mom, but she doesn't care. Screenshot. Oh boy. It's a day. All right. Sorry, shook you a little bit. Since we are moving, I told John I wouldn't order any more yarn, but I really want to order more yarn, and I know he wouldn't get mad at me. And I have bins I can put it in. As long as I'm making stuff, he doesn't care. I had already ordered this, though, before we talked about that. This is from, I don't want to pronounce this wrong, but I know I'm probably going to. It's either Malia or Malia Mayed It. Mayed IT. I will put link down below for her Etsy shop, and she does self-striping yarn, and she had a pre-order. I haven't opened it yet. I don't even know what it looks like. It's a pre-order Halloween yarn, so I'm gonna have another pair of Halloween socks, which is totally okay with me. And it was inspired by Edgar Allan Poe. Now, I am from Maryland, from Baltimore, and our Baltimore football team is the Baltimore Ravens, and the mascot is Poe, which is a raven, and his name is Poe. Poe is buried here somewhere, not the bird, the poet. I've never been to his grave. There used to be a whole thing that on the day of his birth or the day of his death, I can't remember which one, there was a stranger that always came and left stuff at his grave. I don't think that's happened, though, in quite a few years. I might have to Google that. All right, let's open the box. It has a cute sticker on it. All right. I'm excited. There'll be a little bit of noise. There's some paper. Okay. Oh, it's a whole advent of all the, because it's a self-striping, obviously, and all the colors are, oh man. Thank you so much for taking part in my very first advent. I had so much putting these together and hope you love them as much as I do. Sorry, I probably shouldn't read this out loud. Maybe I'll pause. Okay, all that build up and I'm not going to show you. She sent Werther's. That's exciting. She asks that we start the countdown starts on October 19th and you knit a stripe and read or listen to the story or poem that it was inspired by. Guess why I picked the colors if you did enjoy solving mysteries. Some are more obvious than others, and I took a bit of liberty. You'll see. Please avoid sharing spoilers until the countdown has begun. The 19th! I got 14 days. It's 2 weeks. Sorry, y'all. I'm gonna follow the instructions. Oh. Here it is. I don't want to show you all the extras because maybe people haven't gotten them yet. Dang! I should open this. I should have opened this and been more prepared. Well, here's our card. Oh, I'm not going to show the stitch markers. There's some rainbow ones. And it's upside down. Oh, very cool. Okay, well, I'm not going to show you all the extras then. Sorry. that's all I have right now. Till the next clip. Hey, it's now Wednesday. Alright, that light coming in there is terrible. We're gonna have to shift this around. Okay. Wednesday, October the 7th. Last night, we decided to take down all of our stuff in our living room. It's very weird. So, if you're interested in seeing all the stuff that we had in our living room, it was just a collection of things that John and I just have acquired. Art from friends, our own art, just different things, collections, my Pez. The house stuff tour, I'll do the iCard right here. It is very weird in there. Very weird. So all the walls are just tan. There's nothing up except one thing. We left his Beatles painting up because it's kind of large and we don't want to store it where we're storing stuff, so that's going to stay up. But it's weird. It's really, really weird. So we always joked, like, Hazel would end up going over her friends' houses and be like, where's all your stuff? You know, because our living room was just eclectic and had fun things and things we enjoyed, and people always enjoyed our living room. I mean, it was just, that's just how it was. And we always joked that, you know, Hazel's going to grow up with a living room that's eclectic and fun and different. And she'll go to her friends and be like, I don't understand. Why does it look like this? We have decided that stuff will be going back up. But we might filter it out better. Like, there's things that we acquired just because we saw them in a thrift, and maybe they don't have to go up, or maybe we'll have a room dedicated to that, or maybe our living room will be that again, because you know what? You want to be comfortable in your own space, right? Like, and we were comfortable. We liked it. God, we go in there now and we're just like, this is awkward. Awkward. So I haven't showed my simple Hug Cardi in a while, only because it's just stockinette right at this point. I've gotten to the point where I'm splitting for the sleeves. Now, I shouldn't say never, because I can never remember. There's that hair again. Bottom up sweaters are not usually preferred by me because of the fact I like to be able to adjust it if I want, and going bottom up, you can't adjust it as easily after the fact. Like, you're going up and then you're attaching sleeves, and then it's harder to undo the bottom and make it longer. And I am not typically one that likes stuff that's cropped, although I love that sweater that I made that's cropped, so I'm contradicting myself, I guess. So I showed this probably a few episodes ago, and it's been a while. So this is the Simple Hug Cardi by the Cozy Up Knits Girls. They also have a podcast. Links will be down below. And I am now working, I'm only 5 rows in to the, you're knitting the whole bottom up to the armpits, and then you're gonna knit this panel, and you're gonna knit this panel, and then you're gonna knit the whole back and connect the shoulders. I guess that's kind of typical for a bottom up, and then you'll do some sleeves. I can't say that's typical, but I'm assuming that's pretty typical. It is a paid for pattern, and I don't think that gives away too much of anything because I think that's the normal construction. So let me show you guys where I was before. This is probably going to be kind of hard to show. Oh, I should take the bag out of my lap. I'm using Caron Simply, not Caron Simply Soft. It's not it. It's a Caron cake. It's the cotton cakes. because I got these for like $2 and I got 2 of them. I really liked it. I was planning to use it on my circular Addi machine, but I'm not because it didn't really crank very well on it. All right, so there is a stitch marker somewhere in here, if I can find it. Okay. See the black stitch mark? The black stitch markers in there? I keep moving it so much. Okay, there's a black stitch marker, and then there's a red one. The red one was me counting to get it to the so many inches it needed to be. The last time you saw it, I was only from the bottom to that black stitch marker. So I have put a significant amount of inches on this. So I am now working this portion here, just this many stitches back and forth, and that's where I started it. That's where it broke off. I don't know if I'm going to try to color match on the opposite side or not. I probably could because I have a decent amount of this to be able to do that. So to explain better how this works, watch me not be able to do this. Okay. This is like is like this, and now of course I can't stretch it out any more than that. It's pretty long, it's below my butt. I'm working now this panel here, if that makes any sense whatsoever. Any sense. So yeah, that's a lot. If I put that under my armpit, I was curious how far it was going to come down. If I put it all the way in my armpit, oh, that's a good length. I didn't try that before. Okay, so that's the only thing I've been working on. There's a few people that are doing some knit-alongs that I think I might want to join in on. There's like a stocking stuffer cow with Amie and Lisa, and then Victoria's doing one that's like a where would you travel cow, and you pick yarn or a pattern of a place that would represent somewhere you would want to travel to, but we can't because COVID is crazy. And yeah, I am loving this. I can't wait for it to be done, but it's going to be done at such a weird time that I don't know, maybe I will wear it over long sleeve shirts only because I can. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see where this takes us, but I am really excited about it. I really should put those other stitches on a cord and just work those however many stitches it is for this panel. And I'm backwards, so because I knit backwards being lefty, I would technically be doing it doesn't in the pattern I don't say left or right panel, they're just saying the front panel, so that's kind of nice because then it's not as confusing and I don't have to switch the words right and left in my head. But technically, if I were knitting as a typical right-handed knitter, I would be doing this panel actually, but since I'm a lefty, I'm doing the other panel. That is one of the big things that you have to change if you knit mirror or knit lefty. You have to switch out the words left and right, because that's really a lot of times if it says you're knitting the left sleeve or whatever, you're technically knitting the right sleeve. If it's just that wording that you need to switch out mostly. It's not a whole lot different. I mean, and it's not wrong. I hate when people are like, you knit wrong. I'm not knitting wrong. I think it looks beautiful, and my stitches aren't twisted. I'm doing everything the way I should be. I'm just doing it the opposite way. I know lots of lefty knitters that actually knit righty. That's so hard for me. I am so left-hand dominant. I can't make that connection in my head for this needle to be the one doing the work. I just can't do it. I think I've talked about that before. There are lots of people that are lefty, and they definitely knit right-handed, and I'm good for them because I can't do it. Makes their lives a little easier, I think, too, because then you're not having to like switch words in your head. All right, that's it. That's all I've worked on. I wanted to work on John's sweater, and then I realized I didn't have enough yarn on the ball. I only have like the tiniest bit, and I have to dig that yarn out of the closet, which is being blocked by boxes right now. So it was the other project that got some work on. Watching Big Brother, we're obsessed. I'm sorry. Big Brother is so good. And then I finally got John to watch Schitt's Creek. I know there's so many people that love that show. And now I hear him giggling when we watch, and I just love it because I'm like, and you didn't want to watch this, and now I got you to watch it. I don't think I influenced him. I think I just put it on and made him watch it, and now he likes it. So, just saying. Okay, everyone. Here is the Simple Hug Cardi laid out. This is the knit side of the stockinette, and there is the front panel done, the front of one of the sides, if that makes sense. I need to do a little bit of yarn management. I think I decided I do want the stripes to be correct, so I only used around 2 rows of that like chocolate color, which is that color. So I need to now break into this skein. I'm only 1 color away from the chocolate. I'm gonna take off this cream so I can then cast on this side with the chocolate, and it will be the same 2 color stripes of the chocolate and then the tan color. That is my plan. It matches my pants really well today. I'm just saying. I can't wait for this. Here, I'll try to zoom out as much as possible so you can see it all. I'm telling you, it looks like Neapolitan ice cream, and I really like it. So there's one of my bins of miscellaneous box store yarn. Not all of it's box store, I guess, but most of it. And I wanted to make some hats, and I'm struggling with colors that I want to put together. There's the box of the donations, and I'm struggling, but I'll show you what I did. I shouldn't be struggling because I could easily put like this pink, and this is a sparkly white. I could put this green with some white. I could do pink and purple. I probably am going to do the orange and the black together. And I think with that lustrous lamb, what I made that sweater out of, I think I'm going to do a bunch of stripy hats with that. That's like a tanny taupe color, another tan color. I don't know. I have a lot of just miscellaneous yarn here, but I'll show you the hat I just cranked. So some of that yarn of that lustrous lamb I had showed you guys, I don't know how many episodes back, I was ripping it out because I had started making a sweater for John out of it, and I never like washed it and got it like uncrinkled. Sorry, my hair is kind of like crazy. My hair is always crazy. Why do I even think, whatever. So when I cranked this, it looks so kinky, and I might have to actually wash and block this hat. So before I crank any more of that lustrous lamb, I might have to wash it because it's really bothering me. So I put this chocolate brown and blue together because I thought that was kind of pretty, right? And then it's just not as nice on the other side. I like these 2 colors together, don't get me wrong. But then you see the blue through it. I'm gonna keep it, and it's just getting donated. But look how kinky it is. It don't even look like straight. That probably looks better. Oh, that ball was not, because that was 2 separate balls, but this ball was still all kinky. So I gotta figure out which little balls all were already pre-knit, and then put them on my nitty knotty and give them just a wash and just hang them up to dry in the basement or whatever, or outside. They'll dry fast because it's supposed to be really nice and it's really windy. Weather report. We're supposed to get rain this weekend though. Yeah, that's it. That's all I gotta show you. Oh, when I was digging out of that box, there was some other stuff in there too, but I found this and I totally forgot I had this. And my friend Laura in my knit group had given me this, and she had given me a pattern with it too, because she was gonna make this hat, a 16 cable hat. I probably won't make that. She gave me this yarn, and there's 4 balls of it. I can't read that label because there's a sticker over it. Oh, this one has it too. I don't know. Carabella yarns. And I have 4 of these. It is 100% extra fine merino wool. I haven't even looked it up on. Made in Italy. 50 grams is 98 yards. Color number 11. I like the color. So now I gotta put that in and see, is this like a DK? What is this? 50 grams, 98 yards. 100 grams would be like 200 yards. So that's probably a DK-ish. I can't tell. Maybe it's worsted. I'll have to put it in Ravelry and see what they consider this. Or I can do my wraps per inch tool. But yeah, I have, as I drop one, four of them. What should I make? Leave a comment down below. Tell me what I should make with it. 4 balls. That's up 400 yards. It could be a shawl of some sort. I don't know. I like the color a lot though. I'm a green person. If you haven't already known from previous episodes, green is like my favorite color. Love it. And then this is a really cool green because it's like olive-y. Olivey green. Okay, I'm done. Should I do another hat? Yay. I'm kind of feeling crazy right now. This is considered an Aran weight. It's Karida Yarns Aurora 8 is the line. That's Aran? I have no clue. When it comes to yarn weights, I get so lost. So lost. Yeah, that's what it's saying. 8 whips, 8 wraps per inch. So how many plies is this? It's not even like a single, it's like a chain ply. It's very strange. It's strange to say the least. Where's an end? I can't even find an end. Okay, well, it's an Aran weight. It is now Saturday. Let's round up this video for the week so I can get this posted. I had shown some footage and I changed it to black and white because it was that Advent Halloween sock yarn, the striped sock yarn. I am going to start that as per the instructions on the 19th. And I will just show a little clip every day for whenever that falls into the podcast. So you'll be seeing that over at least 2 podcasts because it's 13 days. And I do every week, so that's 14 days for 2 weeks. So I will be showing you guys that. I also showed you, I had all that yarn spread out on the floor and Hayes had gotten home and I said, do you want a hat? You know, do you want me to make, pick out something? And I was like, oh, I'll pick out something and then she'll hate it, you know. So I was like, well, I have sparkly white yarn. She goes, ooh, and how about pink and purple and blue? And I was like, I think I got that. So that night, I think it was yesterday. Yeah, yesterday was Friday. I cranked it out for her. And here you go. It's hard to see, probably, that it's a sparkly white. But the other side is the same. So I had cranked 30 rows, 10 rows, 10 rows, 20 rows, 10, 10, 30 to make my 120 total. And I thought it turned out really cute. And now she wants a matching one for her best friend. Of course, I knew that. Luckily, I have enough yarn of all of these colors in my scrap bin. I have not made any more hats for donation. I really want to get on that, but I have been going to town on my Simple Hug Cardi. That is what has been getting all the love. So I'm gonna stand up and put it on, and when I stand up I also have a new shirt on. So in case you guys are new to the podcast and you don't know my stance on things happening, I guess, in our country as it is, Black lives still matter. It's still a thing. And yeah, that's my stance. So there you go. I don't really talk a lot of politics and stuff on the podcast, but I do feel like that had to be addressed, and I addressed it episodes ago. And yeah, so I don't post a lot on my actual knitting Instagram page about it, but I do on my personal page. So the simple Hug Cardi. I think I showed you guys, I don't remember where I was when I showed you. I think I was splitting for the sleeves and I had done one. I think that's all I had shown on the podcast. I have now done all 3 of the panels. I have 3 needle bound off the shoulders, and I've added the neckline, the neck band to it. I had posted some on the Lefty Knitter podcast Instagram stories about it, but I don't think I had posted anything on here more. So I'll hold it up and then I'll put it on. So I did keep my colors for those 2 front panels, that chocolate and then the lighter tan color. And the back panel, I didn't match up because I don't think it mattered. So I have a lot of strings everywhere, so apologies for that, but I don't weave in any of my ends until after I block a garment, or anything, really. So, oh my god, I love this thing. It is like a really good length. I don't think I did my bind off too tight. I think it's really great. Picking up the stitches was easy, so it falls. Oh, I got yarn hanging out, that's what that is. It's falling right at my pants pocket top, like a little below that. So I really, really like this. I'm not quite sure how long I'm gonna do the sleeves. I might make them longer. I don't know. I have plenty of yarn. Plenty of yarn. Because I still have, so when I was gonna start that second panel, I noticed that the cake went in the opposite direction. So I rewound it into a ball so it would go in the correct direction. So it would go from the chocolate to the tan. There's my 3 needle. So instead of doing like a Jenny stretchy bind off, which sometimes I feel like flares when I do it on a rib, I don't like that look. You have to use your smaller needle for your ribbing here. And when I did the bind off, I did a regular bind off, but with the larger needle. So you have a 1x1 rib here. I would knit one, then I would purl one, and then I would pass the first stitch over the second stitch, and then I would knit the next stitch and pass that stitch over. So I didn't do any additional, I think it's just pretty much a regular bind off. I'm not quite sure if it actually has a term, but because I didn't do any sort of stretchy bind off, like I said, used the bigger needle, which made it nice and loose, and I think it looks really nice as an edge there. It's hard to probably even see what I'm talking about. But I don't think it looks loose and wavy, because sometimes I feel like when you do some of the stretchy bind offs, you get like, I can't explain it, because you're actually adding in, you're doubling your stitches when you do a stretchy bind off. I don't have a sock. These are cast on. Never mind. I can't show you that because I don't have anything that's going the opposite way and a stretchy bind off at my disposal right now. So I still have this ball, which is still pretty big. I mean, that's my hand. I didn't weigh any of it. And then I still have, this is what I wound off to get to the color I needed from this ball. And then this is from the first cake that I didn't use because I didn't have the next color to do this. So that's why I broke into the second cake. So I actually have a lot of yarn left. Now this is an acrylic cotton blend. Can you make dishcloths with that? Because that might be what I end up doing just to get rid of this. You could do that, right? It wouldn't be a problem. And I'll gift them to somebody. Yeah, so I don't know. It only calls for like 3 inches or something. That might be enough though. That might be all I want. I don't know if I want it to go below the elbow. I don't know. All right, I have rambled a lot. We already this morning were packing up more boxes. I took a bunch of boxes to my dad's house. We have somebody coming to look at the floor where that heat register was. I don't know if I've ever mentioned that. I think I did. So maybe I will get some, I know I took before pictures, so I'll post that here. I won't have after pictures because they're not coming till later. So I'll try to remember to post an after picture to show you guys what it looks like. But I am super happy with this. Off topic. I went switching off topic. There we go. So yeah, it's just a lot of like house stuff. More busy doing that and whatnot. So yeah. All right, well, until the next episode, I hope everybody's well. Please take care of your loved ones and your friends and check on them. And, you know, if you would like to subscribe, I noticed a huge subscriber jump. I think I talked about that. And I haven't gotten to the episode yet, but I messaged Hannah because somebody told me they found me through Hannah, which is the Cozy Cottage Crochet podcast. I'll link her down below. She had mentioned me, so I think that's where my uptick in subscribers came from. I could be wrong. If there's anybody else, thank you that, you know, has mentioned me. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Or, you know, referring me to like your friends. Like, that's awesome. So yeah. So if you want to like and subscribe, if you haven't already subscribed, please do so because it gets my videos out into the searchable YouTube world. And yeah, I'm really enjoying doing this, and I hope you all are enjoying my weekly podcast too. So there's going to be no more blathery talk. I'm going to end this, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. So knit happy. Bye.